This question is about the relationship between form and emptiness. Because this is Buddhist question, you see. Again, Buddha said, form is emptiness and emptiness is form. So, this is what I say everywhere. There is no difference between emptiness and form. If form is there, there has to be emptiness from where you can see the form. Now, all around you, when I see Sara is sitting in front of me, then after just touching the body, there must be no form. There must be space in which the forms are seen. Do you follow or not?
I follow it with the mind. I don't know this experience yet.
Okay, if you don't follow the experience, just behind, just 1 millimeter after this body, what do you see? Just after this 1 millimeter.
Empty. Nothing.
Nothing, okay. So nothingness is there. So this form is seen in nothingness. Form, no form has to be there when there is form. So all these forms, all this samsara, mountains, men, animals, birds, whatever it is. So when you see the form, beyond this form there must be formlessness. Otherwise you can't see. So, to see the form, you have to be in emptiness. And in emptiness, what is form or no form? So this, I do not know how you can understand, because for understanding you need the mind. So this has to come by itself and no understanding is needed. If it comes, it is your good luck. If it doesn't, bad. Because you will always continue in your imaginations. So how to get rid of imagination? This imagination that you see a snake in the dream, or a tiger in the dream, and this tiger is now pouncing on you, and you run and you climb a tree, and this tiger is also trying to go on the tree, and you are in much trouble, you see, much trouble. And then this tiger again is approaching you and pulls you down. At that time you woke up.
It's good to be formless at that time.
So when you wake up, where is the tiger? Where are you? So somehow you have to understand. There is no tiger, no fear, and you woke up as you were. So like this, you have not changed. Nothing has happened to you. There has been no samsara at all. This is the ultimate teaching. Is this true? I am not asking this to be theoretical, but because it seems that sometimes people here imply that emptiness is better than or superior to form. To me, this seems like a subtle delusion and separation. So, form or no form, there is no difference. Form or no form, there is no difference. As Buddha also speaks, samsara and nirvana is the same. Samsara, nirvana is same thing. So some got it. During his time, all those went to him they were enlightened. Kashyap was the first person, Ananda second, Anandi Ghosh third, and many others, you see. In the lineage also, many others got enlightened, you see. And somehow this teaching has to be continued. Please comment. I think the problem that arises in the mind is that in the longing for emptiness, one can attempt to reject form. So if you reject form, where this form will go? This thought, this form you reject. What do you mean by that? If I reject this form, how are you going to do?
What happens if I do that is like your story about the two monks crossing the river and one carrying the woman's hand.
Yes, but you must have, when rejecting something, you must have accepted something, rejecting one thing, to be something that you want to accept. And what is that thing?
Yes, and that is what I call emptiness.
So this doesn't mean what you reject or accept.
No.
Both have to be rejected. Both these acceptings and rejecting.
Yes.
Now both these thoughts you reject. Neither accept nor reject. At that level, who are you?
There isn't me.
So don't accept anything and don't reject anything. Because you accept something, you have to reject something. To reject something, you have to accept something. So both are opposites. So you don't need to accept or reject anything. Let there be anything, everything be there. You have got nothing to do with them. You can't reject anything. If you reject, it must stay somewhere. And you will always carry this rejection. I have rejected such and such thing. This is more prominent than what you accepted. How to become established in I am not the body? Simply because you are not the body, it is not to be established in. You can stay quiet and think over, when did I wear this body? When? When did I get this body? At what time? Then you certainly will look at the calendar and say, it is 1960 or 70. So you look at the calendar for your birth. And also when somebody died, they look at the calendar, same person has died and such date. So this birth and death is on the calendar. And if you have no calendar, when were you born? Don't look at the calendar and tell me when you were born. So you look something else, you see. To be born, you have to look at the birth of Christ. Then from his death you count your birth, you see. And if you don't look at the death of someone, you will see who you are. We only deal and depend on something else, and then calculation has started. And calculation is the habit of mind. Tomorrow this person is going to Rishikesh to meet Arupa and begin our pilgrimage to Gangotri. She is excited and taking warm clothes. Going to the source is very wonderful. Do you have any further guidance for us, and can we bring or do anything for you? So, going to the source means the river Ganga comes from there. So you are going to the source, and in the source you will see there's no river. No river, only just drops of water. So like this, you also go to the source of your mind, which has become a river, and you see so much big samsara and time. So side by side, don't forget, when you are going to the source of Gangotri, this is a symbol given to us. Some people will understand and stay there. This is the source, and then come laughing. Yes, side by side, not only the source of Ganga, I have arrived my own source, because there is no disturbance from the relations. You have nothing to see except glacier, snows, high mountain, and some, maybe here, there, some person, but belonging to the same thought that he is going to the source. There is no thought in your mind, we are going to Gangotri, Yamunotri, and Gomukh, and Tapovan. So this has to be in your mind. And regarding, you say, what should we bring for you? You come back here and tell me, I have seen the source. I will be very happy. And from that river, you bring me some water from the source.